This is our second full day on ship. It has just been an absolutely remarkable experience. Amazing group of young Americans who are on this ship doing an amazing job. They were out here months and months at sea. And I'll tell you what, once you're here for a little while, it actually starts to feel a little like home.
Imagine ordering groceries for 4,400 sailors, then order enough for weeks at a time, even months. Oh, and fuel for the planes and spare parts and all the other stuff required to make life work.
If you take the grand scale of your home, expand it to a city, and then put it on water that requires aircraft to replenish it, then I think that would give you some appreciation.
Oh, and by the way, actually be at war at the same time.
If you could find your way around the Teddy Roosevelt, and believe me, we went nowhere without a guide, you'd encounter an eye-popping array of the spectacular and the routine. Somebody has to make breakfast. Somebody has to do the laundry.
Have you ever lost the captain's pants?
Never.
Somebody has to fly the planes, and somebody has to steer the ship.
Don't let the commander-in-chief see this, okay?
That's close enough. Increase your rudder, boats.
Increase your rudder right 30 degrees.
Really?
Increase my rudder right 30 degrees, ice.
I'm going to 30? We're making a big turn here.
I could get used to this. And the view from up here isn't bad either. And yes, there are women on board, 500 of them, serving in just about every capacity, including fighter pilot.
I love being able to help out the guys on the ground. That's the biggest thing, is just taking care of them and the excitement they have when we're up there and the thank yous that we get.
And while the jets and the firepower are impressive, what sticks with you is the fact that so many of the people on this ship are so young. 19, 20 years old. Hard to imagine so many of them were in high school not long ago. As the sun sets, hundreds of sailors from the captain on down walk across the deck looking for debris that could get sucked into an engine and be disastrous. The FOD walk, foreign object detection, proves that no job is too small for all the men and women of the USS Theodore Roosevelt.
And our host here aboard the USS Theodore Roosevelt is Captain Ladd Wheeler. And how about a shout out for the captain? Very nice, very good support here.
Yeah, outstanding.
What is the most important thing people at home need to understand about the 4,400 folks who work for you on the ship every day?
Well, the most important thing for them to understand is that they're safe. We got them, okay? This is a very dangerous business that we're operating out here, but we spend a great deal of our time focusing on their safety and ensuring that they can get the mission done without worries about that.
Yeah, that's got to be reassuring. On the other hand, we were out here, we were in the middle of the flight deck yesterday. Phenomenal performance by the pilots and the folks who work up top. There's so many folks who work below deck who work so hard. How important is what they do?
Well, you know, it doesn't matter what they do. Every single sailor on this ship has an integral part in getting the mission done, and I spend a lot of time focusing on making sure that every one of those sailors knows that their part is important to the overall scheme.
I've got a little bit of a curveball for you.
Okay.
Thanksgiving is coming up very, very soon. When you think about where you are, where your family is, where all of their families are, what makes you think about as Thanksgiving is coming up next week?
Well, what I think about is really good eating, because we can put on quite a chow here. There will be plenty of turkeys had by everybody on this ship.
Yeah. But in terms of, I get it. You know, from the standpoint of the war being off the front pages, you guys are here. You're in the middle of it 24/7.
Yeah, and we would be here regardless of a war being in progress. The Navy's mission is to be forward deployed. It happens to be our turn, and the schedule's going to have us covering the holiday season, so be it. That means that there's a bunch of other folks that are able to stay home.
Yeah, and we ran through the bottom of the ship with you today for about we got the 1 hour tour, and I don't think we covered even a fraction of it. But mail is awfully important, isn't it?
It's critically important. We get amazing amounts of mail. We got 40,000 pounds of it just the other day, and I can assure you when that mail call gets called away, sailors' faces light up.
Yeah, because there's email connections and all that other stuff, but nothing like a hard package or a hard, real live letter in front of you to make a big difference.